In this video, we're going to see how we can use the Sqvi quick viewer tool transaction in SAP to generate quick and simple reports without having to do any ABAP coding. So we're going to look at the pros and cons of using quick viewer Sqvi transaction code and the steps to create a query or report using Sqvi. Now, the pros include of using Sqvi is that it helps in quickly creating a simple report without involvement of ABAP coding, which means that if you know what data you want in your report and you know the tables that can give you that information, that data, you can use those tables and with using Sqvi, you can create a simple report. However, one of the drawbacks with Sqvi is that the query created by a user is specific only to that user. Meaning if you create a query or a report, only you will be able to execute or see that query. Others cannot. So meaning you cannot share that query or report with other people in your team. Secondly, it is comparatively less powerful than the ABAP query transactions like SQ01, SQ02, SQ03 combination, because in this case, in Sqvi's case, it does not allow you to do any ABAP coding. But whereas the ABAP query tools, SQ01, allows you to include or insert your own ABAP code or logic to customize your output. Steps include, for Sqvi, after you execute the transaction code Sqvi, you need to know, you need to use the table join option. And in order to do that, you need to know the tables that you're going to be using to pull your data out. Now, one criteria here, one thing to remember here is that you cannot use any table you want. The tables that you want to use in your report need to have a primary key and a foreign key link between the tables. So if a table or let's say you're using two tables and there is no foreign key link between those two tables, you cannot use them in the Sqvi report. You cannot use them for a table join. So the condition for using the table join is that the tables that you use have to have a foreign key link with the primary key within those tables. After you tie up and create this foreign key and relationship with the tables, the next step in the process would be that you select the fields that you want to be in the selections screen, and then also the fields that you want to include in your output report. So once you do that, and then we will see that how to do that in a demo in the next video, but you need to select the screens from the tables, any table, the tables that you include in your query. You can pick any fields out of those tables as part of your selection screen, as well as your output and display. So Sqvi, you can also, the queries that you create using Sqvi, you can also convert them into SQ01 ABAP query using this procedure that you are seeing here, right? So one more thing about this Sqvi is that you can generate the ABAP code, even though you cannot directly share the query that you have created using Sqvi. However, you can generate the ABAP code for that query, and using SA38, you can execute that query in the sense that report. So you can give that report name to your team members, and they can use SA38 to execute the report that you get. So this is a brief description about Sqvi. In the next video, we will see how to use Sqvi to get the information out to create a report out of few tables.